So as a young person, I had learned that Buddhism, if it could help in the past, it can help in the present moment. But when I became a novice monk, I found that Buddhism was too old, too old-fashioned. Because it had been a long time, people did not renew Buddhism. So Buddhism was not ready to provide you with the kind of practice, the kind of answer that satisfy your need, your personal need, and your social need. We wanted Buddhism to help in liberating us, in uniting us, and in liberating the country. But the teaching did not say anything about that. The teaching did not give any specific ways in order for us to practice so that we can be united in harmony, so that we can be strong and started a revolution to push the French out and to abolish social injustice. But I still stick to Buddhism. I did not live. Because I said that in order for Buddhism to play the role that it had played in the past, you have to help renew Buddhism. I think that is true with Christianity, Judaism, Islam. If you do not renew Christianity, Judaism, Islam, it will not provide you with a concrete practice that can unite you and help abolish social injustice and war. So I stick to Buddhism. I was a kind of revolting monk. But I look very nice. I did not look like a true troublemaker, but in me there is a lot of revolution. I wanted to renew Buddhism. The first thing we do is to publish a newsletter within the Buddhist Institute in order to emit our ideas as how we need, why we need to renew the teaching and the practice of Buddhism, so that Buddhism can give us the kind of answers to our social issues, to our family issues, so our political issues. And at that time we did not have photocopiers. We didn't have even Xerox machine. So we just write down our articles and just one copy. Each student monk wrote his article down, and then we bound it into one copy. And the title of the magazine is The Voice of the Rising Tide. Rising tide. We wanted to be the rising tide. A lot of ambition. And it was passed hand through hands, and everybody in the Buddhist Institute read it. They were very excited because the ideas are new, refreshing, stimulating. Some of our teachers, Dharma teachers, they love it. But some other teachers noticed that we were revolutionaries. We were dangerous. And finally they banned the magazine although the magazine was only one copy. They didn't allow us to continue. That was the first act of revolution that we had. We tried other means. Finally, we saw that the institution was so old, so difficult to change. That is why four of us left the institute and leaving behind a letter. A letter very clearly demanding the reformation, the renewal of the way of teaching and practicing. Only four of us left, but many of us still stay, But our living is like a bell of mindfulness. To say that if they don't pay attention to our request, and then many other people in the institute will leave. So we left. We did not leave in order to find anything like beautiful ladies or getting a job or things like that. We wanted to go and set up a new community where we can study, teach and practice the way we think that Buddhism should do. And the institute reacted very strongly. Because if we wanted to go to start a new thing, then we had to seek refuge in a certain temple in the country and persuade the Abba to allow us to try our revolution. So when 3 days after we left, the institute sent letters to all the temples in the country asking them not to harbor us, not to accept us. Very strong, you see. We were very small. We were just 4 young monks. And the institute was powerful. And that is why wherever we go, it was refused entrance. It's very difficult. We monks, we did not have any money. We did only have one sister who lived in the south. So we took refuge in the house of that sister. And finally, friends came and we asked them to build us a small temple in the countryside so that we can begin our practice. So there was a lot of energy, goodwill in us. We was not looking for money, for power, for fame, for beautiful women. We were looking for the kind of Buddhism that can help us to change our society. In Buddhism, we do not have what they call excommunication.